What's up, folks? Welcome back to TacticalTortoise. My name is Trevi, and today we're talking about some spicy drama from the World Championships of Warhammer, which at the time of recording is currently ongoing. Well, the event so far has run relatively smooth, with some complaints from the community about the level of coverage from Games Workshop proper. We've seen some incredible coverage from third-party streamers, especially non-English language streamers of the event, which has given the community incredible insight into these top-level games of Warhammer 40k between the best players in the entire world. And we did see a little bit of spice on stream from one of these streamers. Now, first of all, a little bit of a caveat. I am not currently at the event and unfortunately have been down with the flu all weekend, so my ability to watch and comprehend the coverage has been a little spotty. So all the information that I'm going to be bringing you today has come from other reports as well as my own reviews of the stream VODs. So take it all with a little grain of salt. The spiciest interaction of the event came from round 7 of the event between Art of War's John Lenin and Glasshammer Gaming's Manny Chima. This event occurred over on the French Wargame stream at twitch.tv/French Wargame. Please go check them out. They did incredible coverage of the event, both Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k, all weekend, with player mics, commentators, and player interviews the entire weekend. It was incredibly professional, looked amazing, and put the official Warhammer stream to shame. In that game, John Lennon, playing a Vanguard Strike Force Adeptus Astartes list, was on the back foot. Manny Chima's Chaos Space Marines were pushing pretty aggressively across the table and forcing John to make some pretty hair-raising plays. Now, on the stream, the event came down to a 70-68 victory point win to John, who used the Vanguard Strike Force stratagem Strike from the Shadows to force a battle shock check on a unit of accursed cultists that made an enormous victory point swing, flipping the score in his favor by 2 points, 70-68.
So these are the saves?
Random guys, yeah.
Random guys, it's fine. Take one battle shock test, please. It's a 1, flat, and a 2, they fail.
Can I? Is that something you can reroll with a CP?
No, it is not.
Good game, bro. That was a good game.
So let's
Really
get the
good
score.
game,
You're going
really
to
good
get 5 on primary. So that'll put you at 70-68 instead. I'm going to lose 2 points on engage because I didn't max it, but I got everything else, and that'll put me at 70. 70-68 final my favor.
Yeah, 70-68 to yourself. Come on, mate. Yep.
Fantastic game. That is the best game I've played in a year.
Mate, that was really good.
However, after the round had concluded, this score was then reversed to a 60-68 point win for Manny Chima. Now, the reason for this was the use of a calculated feint stratagem earlier on in the game. In this case, John went for a pretty risky play to use calculated feint to try to bring one of his aggressor squads fully behind a ruin wall, such that it could wall block a unit of charging Chaos Chosen.
If I roll a 6, it saves the game.
If you roll a 6, it makes it a 6-inch free rerollable.
Yes, but if I just wall the wall on the 6, then it's very hard because you got to go all the way around.
They move 6.
So we're going to back up 6, block the wall.
Okay.
Wow. Très beau move de la part de John, en fait. Il a utilisé la
So,
capacité de
because
pouvoir
I was
bouger
the top
et il
before,
va
we'll go to the
bloquer
exact same spot I was because I rolled a 1.
le mur.
So we're
De
just
telle
going to come
manière
back
de
here, we're
pas
going to fill out
pouvoir
this entire
subir
thing. Make it as hard as
la
possible.
charge
That's cool, John.
jolie.
It required John to roll maximum movement on his aggressor squad, which he then did and moved his aggressor squad back behind the wall. If you want to learn exactly how this works and exactly how the calculated feint stratagem, actually go check out my video that I released last week about the calculated feint stratagem and other reactive move stratagems and why this stratagem is so insane. However, it was later ruled that John misplayed the use of this stratagem in this case, and as a result, would not have been unchargeable from the Chosen squad, would have allowed the Chosen squad to charge that aggressor team, probably kill them, and probably take John Lennon's objective. Now, because we're so early into the story and haven't gotten a statement from the judges or anything like that, exactly what went wrong in this case is still a little bit in question and being reported differently by different sources. So I'm going to talk today about exactly what I saw occur on stream and what I believe the issue was, and I'll also talk about what the internet at large is also reporting as the issue. During this movement, John had mentioned that his unit had advanced 6 inches from its previous location, which was wall blocked off of the ruin wall, into its current position and then used to shoot.
La capacité de pouvoir bouger et il va bloquer le mur.
So we're just going to come back here, we're going to fill out this entire thing.
A 6-inch move in that case would then move the aggressor squad back to where they were. However, the issue is that aggressors are only move 5 models, meaning that anytime they're called upon to make a normal move, 5 inches is the maximum distance that they can travel. Unfortunately for them, even out-of-sequence normal moves are still subject to all the normal restrictions of normal moves, so while the total move that the calculated feint in this case was allowing them to make was 6, each model could only travel up to 5. So they would not have been able to move entirely back behind the wall into a safe position. Now, as far as I've seen, this has been confused a little bit with the presence of Marnius Calgar. Marnius Calgar is move 6, so he and his Victrix Honor Guard that are attached into the unit are allowed to move the full 6 inches. But it looked to me like the issue in this case was that the aggressors themselves would have a hard time moving backwards, making a space for Marnius Calgar to fit his base, and also be outside of 1 inch of the wall, which, especially with the relatively thin GW walls, is going to be incredibly difficult with only a 5-inch movement. Now, obviously, I'm not at the table. It's almost impossible to judge movement distances and the minutia to that level on a stream game because the parallax is incredibly difficult to see with an overhead camera. So I can't say for sure that that was the issue, but that is what it looked like to me. In some places, it's being reported that Marnius Calgar's movement was being reported as 5 inches when instead it's 6 inches, and that was the issue. But it looks to me like John tried to move his unit 6 inches, but they could only move 5 inches, so that was an illegal move. And that caused John Lennon's score to be reversed. That forced him into a best-of-3 game in the finals against Manny Chima. That game, as I'm recording this video, is still being played, so I don't quite know yet who has won, but it does make for an exciting end to the first ever World Championships of Warhammer. Regardless, whoever wins that game, I'm going to be discussing the winning list later on the channel, so please stay tuned for that. I also want to leave a note as well that both these players exhibited exemplary sportsmanship over the course of the game. They had a very cordial handshake and a big hug at the end of the game after the scores had been tabulated. Ultimately, I don't know if either of the players was responsible for the judge call at the end of the game, if they pursued a judge to get the final result overturned, or if a judge was just notified independently thanks to the Twitch VOD. So obviously, I can't speculate on that. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this issue. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about this little bit of drama that we have from the World Championships of Warhammer, and whether you think that the score reversal was fair, or maybe the punishment should have been more lenient or more severe. Big thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Thanks as well to everybody who supports the channel, either over on Patreon at patreon.com/TacticalTortoise, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subscribers. All you people are amazing, and I love you. Remember to keep it classy, folks, and have happy wargaming. And I apologize for sniffling throughout this video, because, oh man, is it been brutal.